Well, I've been waiting forever to get all the pieces for this camera, and finally, it's come in the mail. Everything to get this GoPro going, mic and light, and all the accessories to go with it. So, I'm gonna vlog today and see what happens. Alright, so I'm just running a couple of errands today with Janelle and stuff, and picking up stuff for Genevieve and some groceries. And then guess head back home and hit up the studio. As you can see, the camera had some technical difficulties. This is my wife Janelle. She's great. I have 2 kids with her. She's absolutely awesome. Well, finally found a grocery store with no lineup, and I'm gonna head in and get some groceries. Oh, now that I'm finally out of there, it's on to the next place.
TNT, or dollar store, or Home Depot.
Do they even let black people in TNT?
Sure they do.
Oh yeah, we're not in China. Oh well, let's go. Alright, I just previously got home. Gonna step into the studio and make some music. Alright, let's power up the studio.
Oh, wrong one. Oh, wrong way again.
So I've been working on this mix. I redid a Herbie Hancock track. Working on it for quite some time, but I've been caught up with the release on Play Records featuring Sade. I've been concentrating on that, posting stuff on social media, individually messaging people to pre-save the single on Spotify, talking to them and saying how their day is, and rather just spamming people. You should add this to your pre-save. You gotta take the time and talk to people and ask them how their day is, especially with all this COVID stuff going on. People's moods seem to be a little different. I've kind of noticed that from a couple of people messaging, that you can kind of tell that some people are obviously not in the greatest place, which is, all honesty, makes a lot of sense. I mean, not all of us are in the greatest place. We all have our issues being locked in. It's just the way it is, and it sucks. Now I'm just going to get to the point of loading everything up. Alright, as I'm just waiting for the mix to print, I'm going to kind of step away for a sec. I'm going to go visit my mom right now and introduce you guys to her.
Hey, Mom!
Hi. When do I get started, or when don't I? I'm just being locked in, or in this corona situation. We have it really good, because this isn't anything. But those out there that are having a rough time, being locked up, where they're in a 500 square feet home, they don't know where they're on the front line, their money isn't coming in, all of that stuff. It's weighing on me, and I'm trying to be thankful and be a better person, but studying certain things and learning certain things, it's made me so sad. I'm learning more about my history as a person of color, where this started. I want to know, when did we become inhuman? When did we become slaves? Where is the history behind us? Being locked down puts you in deep thoughts. You want to come out being a better person, but I find myself quite sad, especially realizing that I've been considered non-human for such a long time, 400 years. So before that 400 years, Where were my ancestors? Why were they forced to be in the situation? And that's my plight right now, to find out. I'm learning some things, but because of the internet, I don't know what is true and what isn't. So that saddens me. I'm in a conundrum with it. And this murder, that the 4 officers had murdered this gentleman in the States, it's so sad. And with this woman who I've always known that people use our color as their weapon, because I've experienced it. Even in my job, I was called primitive and vulgar, and we know where that is. It's like putting us on a level of being non-human once again. And all of this racism, it's just made me so sad, even though I know it's not time that we should be fighting, because it's not about just my color. It's about all of us. And I just find there's such an injustice, even with the racism that's going on with the Chinese. You want to say, well, where was our support for the brown person, for the black person? We now have to mesh together. But that's okay, because it's not time for hate. It's time to dig into our history. Who are we? And why did we become inhuman? Why is a certain group of people, and I don't really know if it's a matter of our color. Well, it is. But I have to find out. I don't know what it is. And learning a bit of history.
Well, that's my mom, a well-spoken activist individual, I'd say. I need to get back to my studio.
Bye.
I just thought the YouTube channel maybe might know my mother in some sense, but you might take my channel from me with those words like that. I'm sure, as you guys know, I'm not a very well-spoken individual at some times, but that was kind of me as a kid, being the quiet one and whatnot. I'm not really a fan of talking. I think that's what most artists are, people that kind of like to be in their cocoon and just, you know, stay put in their own world. Yeah, let's balance this mix out with a little compression and whatnot, and check it out in the car. And I think it's done from there. I've done this is about the seventh touch up I've done of this song. Which is a lot of hours and time put into it, but there's got to be a time when to stop, and I think I'm gonna put the halt to it right now. I've pretty much gone back and forth in my car checking it out and just doing all the little adjustments that I need to do, and I'm gonna do that. And yeah, I gotta go watch the kitties for a bit.
Are you recording?
The potential effect.
Clinton.
Come on, look at the camera and say it.
I'm waiting.
This is my son. Well, as soon as I finish watching these guys, I'm gonna play my mix in the car and see how it sounds. Oh, jeez. See how that goes. All right. Well, I'm quite happy with that mix with just the extra sax turn up. Advice I give to producers: don't get too cocky about your mix that it sounds good in your studio, because that's what I was kind of doing, and I have about like 10 songs finished, and you know, there was a point where I was just going through songs and getting them mastered, and they were coming out good, and I wasn't even testing them out in the car. I got to a point where it got mastered, because I pay for my mastering. It would get mastered, and I'd come and I'd listen to it in my car, and it would sound like shit the master. So always check your mix, and don't get cocky in the sense of that your mix is like awesome and good. and that was a mistake that I did. I hope that I can clear that up for other people, that you don't make that same mistake that I did. I think from here I'm gonna end the vlog for today. Probably gonna work on some more tunes. I gotta touch up the ones that the low end got screwed up on the mixes, and correct the low end on them. And it's all easy correction, but it's all time consuming since I'm using all that analog gear there and stuff. You guys can see me on the next one, and thanks for watching, and leave some comments, and don't forget to subscribe. See you guys later. Peace.